Hello again, welcome back to my Iconic Faces series. Now before we go on, remember if you want to know what's coming up next, it's better, ring that little bell icon and subscribe. That would be great, thank you. Now the next iconic face I'm going to draw is a request, which I'm very happy to do. It's an Aztec Indian, really quite a dramatic character. Now what you do is you draw a fairly small face down at this side because the headdress is really quite elaborate and takes up this space here. Okay, so we'll start off with the profile. That's the hair going in there, and the nose coming in up like that, and then the lips like that, come down there, the eyes come in like that, okay, and the actual headdress itself comes round from the forehead here like that, goes up in a big broad band. So the head will come up, you know, if you're drawing the head will come up from the forehead like that, around like that, and then come down behind the character. It's a woman. Okay, the long hair comes down like that. Okay, and at the front of the headdress has a large shape coming out of the front, and that there supports whatever's sticking at the front. In this case, it's a skull. So you get the skull shape coming in like that. That's the kind of nose shape there, or lack of nose I should say. And then you have the mouth, the kind of grinning skull mouth, the teeth sticking like that, and more teeth at the bottom here like that, and then the chin shape going back in. Okay, and on the band you have a kind of circular shape here, and from that you have a long tag coming down there, and behind that two kind of shapes like this overlapping each other there, and hanging from the end of those shapes you get these shapes like that. Okay, and then a little bit of the costume is appearing in there. Okay, now attached to this front part of the costume and to the back of the band here, you will have, or the headdress rather, you'll have this part which goes over the top of the wearer's head and comes down, and that supports all the feathers, and it comes curving around behind the head like that. Okay, and the top part, there's a taller part at the front like that. Okay, and from that you will have these amazing long striped feathers coming out like that, all the way around, spreading out, radiating from the band. Okay, okay, I'll carry on and do that, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay. Okay, as you can see, I'm just finishing off all the sketched feathers, and usually the feathers they used were actually very brightly coloured. In this case they were striped, quite dramatic, usually dark brown and white, or black and white. So I'm just going to indicate where the stripes will come in, and I'll ink those in later. Okay, right, now moving down to here, what you'll get is round that side there, you'll get the radiating lines of the feathers going through the band, because they're glued to a band there, and also coming behind here as well. And what you'll also see are the kind of very kind of downy type feather parts coming in here, and long kind of tail shapes up here. Okay, so that's it sketched in. Now I'm going to ink in, so let's do that. Okay, we're going to ink in now, so I'll just start with the profile. And the nostril here, and the eye, mouth, came around like that, okay, and the headband coming around with forehead there, going around behind like that, and as I said, carrying on up the front like that, and kind of swooping down to join the rest of the band coming in there around the back of the head, and there's the head appearing, the hair appearing in there, swooping down behind her there. And of course shiny hair, so you get the reflections, very bright reflections on the hair there, and come down behind, following the line of the hair there, okay. And this circular piece of decoration coming in here like that, with a nice fine edging on it there, and a central part which again has another part in the center. Okay, and then this, like almost like a ribbon hanging down there, and behind that you have these two shapes coming in there, one there like that, the other one coming in there like that, and these are also edged with a fine line like that, and another one in the center like that, and the little kind of fronds hanging down here, fringes. Alright, okay, I'll be putting the pattern later, but that comes behind her there, and that's part of the costume coming up over her shoulder like that, and in here, and the skull, right, the bony forehead, come down to the kind of nose shape, which kind of almost carved out of the face, if you like. You see it as a hole from the front, and then the deep shadow coming up there, and the skull with the teeth sticking out like that, now one coming in there like that, and the chin shape go back in to join the headband. Alright, and this part now of the headdress attached here comes down behind the head like that, and the front, as I said, goes up and stops there, and attached to that a little kind of tail shapes coming down, hanging down like that. And one in there, and then the back of the headdress, which has the feathers attached. I'm doing that a wiggly line because as the tape goes over the feathers, it wrinkles slightly, okay? So there's another wee wrinkly line there, okay? And then of course the feather shapes, well, first of all I put in the little downy shapes of the feathers behind them. I just drew these in quite roughly for you. Come around to there, okay. And then the radiating lines of the feathers, you can imagine following straight through from here, you see, like that. Follow those radiating lines, and these ones coming down like that. Okay, now I'm going to put the feathers in, the little one perhaps coming in like that, and then a nice big sweeping one coming up there. Put little few notches in it to suggest the side of the feather. Another one coming in, and they're quite graceful and curving as they go up, you know, long thin leaf shapes almost like that. Okay, now I'm going to carry on doing that. It'll take me a few minutes to get right down to the bottom here. So to save you sitting watching me doing that, it's fairly obvious what I'll be doing. I'll catch you later. Okay, I'm just finishing off the feathers now. As you can see, I've overlapped some, you know, put one perhaps going that way and then one coming up behind it all the way around, so you get a kind of nice lively sense of the feathers crossing over each other like that. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to put in the pattern. Now the headdress has a stripe coming up like that, and another one with, they're quite angular, the patterns on the Aztecs headdresses and clothing. So you get things like that. Maybe one there too. And behind that you'll get lines coming down. Makes it all the more interesting. Like that, okay? And I'll just shade in the hair just now. And my pen strokes are going in the direction the hair is falling and shading up to those highlights that I've left there. Same down here. Short strokes and then kind of filling in. You know, imagine you're combing the hair with your pen. And you can leave white lines there because they can represent the highlights in the hair. Like that. Okay, now let's move on to putting some dark in the other parts here. Now the centre of that, I think, is black. Okay, and I'll leave that like that. These lines make a bit heavier, I think, coming in like that. And some stripe patterns kind of echoing the stripes which I'm going to put on the feathers. Some stripes coming down there and part of her costume there like that. And her hair, actually this should be a wee bit shorter because her hair comes in there. I'm just going to put her hair there and coming back in there like that. You can imagine that's her fringe, okay? That's a bit better. Now, the shading on the skull, that there of course, and this bit above the on the forehead, I would make that black as well, and perhaps even coming down under there and shading in this bit here. Maybe leave a bit of white bit coming under there. Right, and the skull coming in there like that. Excellent. Now let's move up to the feathers. Now some of the feathers have quite broad banding on them like that, the black tip, and others have a kind of like a chevron shape like that. V shapes going up the black tip and bring that down like that. Okay. And however, there are also feathers in the background which, like this, I'm shading the black bit in here, which will be in the background as it were, you know. There's some stripes coming up there. And having occasional feathers which are shaded in black gives a sense of depth to your drawing. And there's the chevron shapes coming in here again. Black to the top there. Okay, and another one coming in here, but maybe a lighter chevron. And you can vary the stripes you put on the feathers for effect, like that. Okay, and I think I'll maybe do some background shading on this next bit coming in here. There, like that. Okay, and then some more stripes coming on this one here, slightly broader this time. Okay, and another bit of dark shading in here. Well, I'm going to continue like that all the way down. I'm going to put chevrons in here. Okay, but again, this will take a few minutes, so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So I shall carry on with this and see you at the end. Alright, I'm just finishing off the last stripes down here. As you can see, I've filled in lots of black shading and make this a bit broader on the way down here. Right to the tip. Okay, now I'm going to move around here and add in these radial lines coming behind that band there, following the line of the feathers, making a nice strong mark like that. And these kind of fluffy bits, I'll just put some wee bit of shading at the top there and darken that down a bit. Few lines, and then I'll shade in the shapes in between here, make them a bit more dramatic. Little bits here. Okay, and perhaps double up these lines, make them a bit more graphic as well. That's better. And some shading in here, in these spaces. Like that. And the tips of these things, again, should be dark, but I'll just give a few lines to suggest the darkness there. Okay, and that line coming up there. Right, well, I think that that just about does it. Excellent. That's quite dramatic Aztec Indian head there. Great, so now I hope you've enjoyed that, and you can join me in my next tutorial. But in the meantime, of course, all the best and happy drawing. Just before I leave, I'll rub out these guidelines because I want these feathers to really stand out as much as possible. Using a putty rubber again, take all that stuff away there. Excellent. Great. Now I've also added a little darker band around there, as you can see. I think that'll be a bit more dramatic. Well, I think it's me finished now. Okay.